Have you ever noticed how your body and mind walk hand in hand? When your legs start to give out, the impact isn't just physical. Your mind feels it too. An older person who loses the strength to climb a flight of stairs also loses confidence, joy, and even the courage to leave the house. And that creates a dangerous cycle. Weakness limits the body, fear paralyzes the mind, and isolation moves in. But here's the key: taking care of your mental health strengthens your legs just as much as taking care of your nutrition. Science shows that people who feel motivated, confident, and emotionally balanced have more energy to move around, absorb nutrients better, and regain vitality faster. That's why, when we talk about getting strong legs again, we're also talking about nurturing hope and mental clarity. If you're over 60 and believe there's still so much life ahead of you, this channel is for you. Stories like these show that strength and hope exist in every stage of life. The channel is new, so go ahead and subscribe, leave a like, and help us keep creating content that inspires and strengthens your journey. Imagine that strengthening your legs also means strengthening your mind. George, 76, is a perfect example. After a fall in his backyard, he started avoiding going out. He stayed home, head down, repeating that he was too old. Until his doctor suggested adjusting his diet along with a simple daily routine of breathing exercises and reading. 3 months later, he wasn't just walking better, he was laughing again. George realized the body only opens up to progress when the mind believes there's still a future ahead. What if the secret to walking strong again starts inside your head? Mary, 81, used to complain about having legs made of lead. She was embarrassed to ask for help climbing the 2 steps at her church entrance. One day, her daughter suggested, "Let's try something new, 1 small spoonful a day." At first, Mary doubted it. But alongside that habit, she started practicing positive visualizations, remembering when she used to walk in the park with her friends. Little by little, the cramps faded. Later, she surprised everyone by climbing those steps alone, with a smile on her face. When the body responds, the mind blooms. And when the mind blooms, the body gains strength. John, 79, says the worst part wasn't the pain, but the feeling of being trapped inside himself. He stopped accepting invitations, skipped birthdays, and withdrew. One grandson insisted he join a picnic in the park. There, he realized the problem wasn't just in his legs, it was also in his fear. When he got home, he decided to change. He adjusted his diet, added vitamins, and started practicing gratitude every morning. Within a few weeks, he was already walking more securely. Sometimes, the first step isn't taken with your legs, it's taken with the decision to believe in yourself. Weakness creeps in slowly. First, it's the fatigue when standing up. Then, the fear of tripping. What many forget is that hope is fuel. People who stay optimistic and emotionally balanced keep fighting, and that fight activates muscles, speeds up metabolism, and creates space for nutrients to take effect. That's why some older adults completely transform their vitality with simple changes, while others lose heart quickly. The difference lies in the state of the mind. Your mind can be your greatest ally, or your biggest obstacle, when it comes to having strong legs. Betty, 74, always said, "It's no use trying." Until she agreed to join a reading group with other older women. Conversations, laughter, and short walks together reignited something inside her. Before she knew it, she was confidently climbing the steps to the club. The transformation began in her heart, but showed up in her body. The lesson is clear: the strength of your legs comes from the balance between body and mind. In the next section, you'll discover how specific nutrients can be the missing piece to make that transformation happen in real life. The first key to turning things around lies in something simple, yet often overlooked: the nutrients that feed your muscles, bones, and nerves. Among them, one deserves special attention: vitamin D. Studies show nearly 40% of older adults have low levels of this nutrient, and that directly affects leg strength. When vitamin D is lacking, the body doesn't absorb calcium efficiently, bones lose density, and muscles become weak. Symptoms like constant pain, cramps, and heavy legs are often a silent cry asking for replenishment. What if the difference between falling and walking steadily is hidden in just one small spoon? Robert, 72, lived this reality. He felt unsteady, tripped around the house, and even avoided going out alone. One day, his daughter brought him a curious solution: cod liver oil, 1 spoonful daily. At first, he laughed at the idea, but agreed to try it. Within weeks, he noticed less pain and firmer steps. 3 months later, he was walking around the block again, something he'd already given up on. Small changes, big results. But vitamin D doesn't work alone in this story. There's another nutrient that acts like electricity through the nerves: vitamin B12. When it's missing, the signs are clear: weakness, dizziness, and tingling. Linda, 82, was afraid to get up from her chair because she felt her legs might suddenly give out. After adding B12-rich foods like eggs and nutritional yeast to her diet, something changed. The tingling stopped, her confidence returned, and with it, the joy of walking to the bakery without support. What seemed like just old age was actually the body asking for energy. These stories show the secret isn't always in complex medications or expensive therapies. Sometimes, it's about paying attention to what the body silently screams for. Weakness isn't an inevitable fate, it's a warning. And every nutrient returned to the body works like a key, unlocking energy reserves that were sleeping. What if there are even more keys waiting to open new doors of vitality? The human body is a machine of details. Just one piece out of place, and the whole system suffers. Vitamin D provides the foundation, B12 lights up the wires of energy. Together, they turn tired legs into strong, steady pillars of support. Now imagine what can happen when other vitamins join this team. The impact could be even greater, revealing that aging with strength isn't some distant dream, it's a real, achievable choice. In the next step, you'll discover how different nutrients, when working together, create a true orchestra of strength, balance, and mobility. The body doesn't function in isolated parts. Each vitamin has its role, but the real impact happens when they work together, like a well-tuned orchestra. This is where many older adults feel the turning point. The feeling of weakness begins to make room for steadiness, balance, and confidence. It's as if each nutrient is a musician playing their instrument, and together, they form a symphony that restores vitality to the legs. What if the secret to strength wasn't in just one nutrient, but in the harmony among several? Vitamin C, for example, acts like the conductor of elasticity. It helps produce collagen, essential for flexible joints and muscles that recover faster. Margaret, 78, used to complain of pain when getting out of bed. After adding acerola powder to her routine, she noticed discomfort fading and movements becoming lighter. She described the feeling as taking an invisible weight off my knees. Lost flexibility can be restored with something as simple as a glass of juice rich in vitamin C. Meanwhile, vitamin K2 works like a smart guide. Without it, calcium can build up in the wrong places, leaving bones fragile or even causing stiffness. With it, calcium goes exactly where it should, into the bones that support every step. Michael, 80, spent years living in fear of fractures. When he adjusted his diet and added K2 sources, he gained more confidence. He told his grandson, "Today I feel like my bones carry me, they don't hold me back." Sometimes, the difference between fragility and safety lies in directing calcium to the right place. Another powerful ally is magnesium, known as the mineral for muscle calm. It prevents nighttime cramps, improves relaxation, and ensures energy for the day. Richard, 75, suffered from spasms that woke him up in the middle of the night. Just adding pumpkin seeds to his dinner was enough to transform his nights. He slept better, woke up more energized, and within weeks, he was walking long distances again. When the body rests, the legs prepare to support your next steps. And to complete the orchestra, in comes vitamin E, which improves circulation. It keeps legs warm, light, and well-nourished. Carol, 77, always said her legs felt like cold slabs of marble. After adding wheat germ oil to her diet, she reported feeling a gentle warmth rising through her legs and newfound energy for simple activities, like dancing around the living room with her husband. Active circulation is life flowing inside you. The core point here is unity. Each vitamin has its specific function, but together they create a cycle of recovery that's truly surprising. Strengthened bones, relaxed muscles, balanced nerves, flexible joints, and freely flowing blood. It's in this setting that hope becomes tangible. The older adult who once lived limited discovers there's still room to claim daily victories. What if this entire symphony of nutrients could permanently change your relationship with aging? In the next section, you'll see how these simple habits become the ultimate revelation, the final key to restoring strength to your legs and joy to your life, so you can walk without fear. We've arrived at the most powerful point of this journey, turning knowledge into daily practice. So far, you've seen how each vitamin plays an essential role, and how, together, they create a true concert of vitality. But the big revelation is this: it's not something distant, expensive, or out of reach. Leg strength, and the freedom that comes with it, can begin with simple gestures, as small as one spoonful. What if the key to regaining steadiness and balance has been sitting on your table every single day? James, 84, seemed to have given up. He used his cane with shame, avoided gatherings, and always said, "My time is over." That's when his grandson brought him a bottle of cod liver oil and said, "Grandpa, just try 1 spoon a day." James smiled skeptically, but agreed. What happened next surprised the whole family. Little by little, cramps faded, energy returned, and months later, he ditched the cane. One small habit gave back something he thought was lost forever: independence. Never underestimate the power of a daily choice. Susan, 79, added pumpkin seeds to her breakfast and acerola powder to her afternoon juice. After a few weeks, she noticed she no longer got tired walking across the grocery store. She told her friends, "I've regained my pleasure in walking," and along with it came the joy of living. Her transformation wasn't just physical, it was emotional too. Because when the body responds, the mind opens up to new possibilities. It's not just about strong legs, it's about a life full of movement and purpose. The unexpected truth in this story is that aging with energy doesn't depend on magic formulas, but on accessible, doable choices repeated every day. By combining vitamin D, B12, C, K2, magnesium, and vitamin E, you build an invisible shield that protects your bones, muscles, nerves, and circulation. More than that, you build a bridge between physical and mental health. Imagine rediscovering the courage to climb stairs without fearing a fall, and feeling like you still have miles ahead to walk. The conclusion is clear and powerful: old age doesn't have to mean weakness. It can absolutely be a time of harvest, a reunion with the freedom to walk, dance, visit, and hug. All it takes is committing to small habits that, added together, create big changes. The moral of the story is simple and strong: caring for your body is also caring for your mind. And when both align, even the most mature years can be lived with strength, lightness, and hope. If you take that first step today, tomorrow your legs might start telling a new story, one that says it's never too late to begin again. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone special and leave a like. This channel is new, so please subscribe and help us keep creating content that strengthens and inspires your life. And get ready, the next video might surprise you even more.